Hi, this is Roger. Thanks for dropping by. You know what it's like when you want to try something to see if it works and then you get carried away. I've started work on the bamboo, and as you can probably see by the big hole up there, I've already done a bit. I have my trusty chainsaw, mini chainsaw that I got a while ago, and yeah, it seems to be working okay. Hands well clear. And then I've got my pruning saw with the extended handle that has a hook on it with a blade for cutting tall branches. So I'm not using that blade, but I am using the hook to grab hold of these tall bits and pull them down. Then I can cut them off with the chainsaw. So I might speed some of this up, but I'll leave the camera running. that'll do for today. The sun's come round now and it's warm, there's no breeze. Right, we have a huge pile that's going to take some shifting. Always the way, when you hack stuff down, it's still got to be cleared up, so we've got that to do. Halfway through, the chainsaw broke. There's a release button that allows the trigger to go in, safety feature obviously, and the release button got stuck and the trigger was stuck halfway, so I had to actually take it apart. It freed itself up, you know. It's the trouble was, if it keeps doing it, it's a single unit, it's a sealed unit. The trigger and the release button have just got two lugs on them that the wires connect to, and it fits into the handle, you know, in a snug little place. So if the unit goes, I will have to get another one. Oh. Right, most of the big things that needed the chainsaw are done. If you look, most of what's sticking up now is quite thin, and most of what's hanging out is quite thin. I think the hedge trimmer is going to do the rest. I'm not getting the hedge trimmer out today, not in this heat. I'm right in the full sun here now, so I've had that going in where it's cool. But look what we found in amongst the bamboo. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's a magnolia. And it's been buried. Now, given some light, we might actually get some blooms on that and see what it's like. But it needs to, you know, strengthen up and thicken up and everything now. I've pruned a couple of the ends to try and start it branching. I don't want to take the height down. I'd like it to be in that gap rather than looking at those horrible bamboo canes. So if that fills out, that might be quite nice. There's also an evergreen up in there that's not a pyracantha. That would make quite a nice backdrop to this palm. So I might just prune that tall bit, will have to come down. And as I said, I think the hedge trimmer is going to do the rest. If you look at the thickness of these, you know, the hedge trimmer apparently goes up to nearly half an inch, just under half an inch. It's in centimetres, but it's near enough half an inch. None of these bits that are left are half an inch. They're all like quarter. So I think the hedge trimmer is just going to whiz through that. That's my theory, what I have. Anyway, you get the gist of what's going on here. The shape, I'm hoping, will be like that. So it will start quite low down, as it is here, and then it will gradually go up to almost the full height. And I don't want to take that corner down because it exposes my garden and my kitchen and everything to the two windows up there. So for privacy's sake, I'm going to leave that, just that corner, I'm just going to leave that tall. So yeah, all hard work. Puffed out now, and I'm dreading clearing this up. This might have to wait for Hannah. It's not really a difficult job. It's a matter of getting my bag thing out, you know, my bag holder, and then picking up each one of these and cutting all the side shoots off straight into the bag, just leaving the bare cane that can then be put to one side. So as I said, I may try and dry some of those off. So there we go. It's towards the end of August now, in the real world. When this video actually gets posted on the gardening channel will be later in the year as we catch up. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with the fact that the tools I've got did the job. That hook on the end of that, let me show you because it wasn't obvious. You see the blade? The blade works on this pulley system, and the blade goes up into that hook shape and cuts the branches off from below, so the blade goes upwards. But that hook was perfect for pulling these long canes down, which was what I was hoping, and it worked. That saw blade really ought to have a sheath on it, it's vicious. Anyway, that'll do for today. I'd class that as making a good start because most of the thick stuff's done now. Some of it's been cut off at the base down here. Some of it's been cut off halfway up so that it can still shoot out. As I said, I don't want to security issue, privacy issue. I don't want this getting so thin that it just as well not be there. I want some substance to it. So I've cut some halfway down so that they'll shoot out and thicken it up as time goes on. Right, this is the last of the big jobs. This is it when this is done, and that's a good start. See you next time.